Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Bert the Stormtrooper. I am doing a comprehensive review series of Optimus Prime figures called That's Just Prime. I also review other Transformers, lots of G1 stuff, as well as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, GoBots, and pretty much any other toy that may jump out at me. I also do the occasional arcade and pinball machine video, unboxings, vlogs, challenges, and miscellaneous videos where my daughter usually makes fun of me. Those are a lot of fun. If you're new to the channel, thanks for checking me out. Please be sure to click subscribe and hit that bell icon so you're notified when I upload a new video. I upload 2 videos a week, sometimes more. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up and share if you like what you see.
Autobots, roll out!
Hello and welcome to That's Just Prime, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Siege Optimus Prime, and I love this toy. Released in November of 2018, he's brand new and starting to hit stores right now as of the time of this recording, and is retailing for approximately $30. I just found this guy on the shelf last night on my way home from work, so I was very, very excited to find them, and I really like this design. This is what I'm kind of starting to call it the G1 Prime in space. Is kind of what I like to refer to him as, because he's very G1, but he's also very War for Cybertron-esque, spacey kind of style. Very, very nice blend of the two things. If you were to imagine what those two things were put together, here it is right in front of you. It's absolutely awesome. I really love this figure. Here in truck mode, Optimus is approximately 6 inches long and about 2.5 inches tall, which a lot of people are saying that he is small for a Voyager size, but quite frankly, I don't find him that small for a couple of reasons. One, it's every time we get the War for Cybertron or Fall of Cybertron or these movie or these video game rather style figures, they always tend to lean on the smaller size. This one is not one of them. At this size, it's actually a good size Voyager in my opinion. And just to compare it, here he is with the classics Optimus Prime, and you can see he appears to be relatively smaller, but it's really kind of a optical illusion. I think if you remove the wind vane, they're almost the same. They're the same length. They're the same width. They're almost the same. Again, with the wind vane taken off, they're the same height. And those fell off, but you can see they're about the same size. The classics one is just a tad longer, but not by much. So this one appears bulkier. It appears bigger, but it really, when you put them side by side, they really aren't. Let me get this put back together there. And they just look really nice together. So I disagree with a lot of the sentiments that this is a small figure. I think this is a really good size figure. It's a good Voyager size figure. Yeah, they're retailing for $30. All the Voyagers got bumped up to $30. I particularly don't care for that, but you know, inflation is what it is, I guess. So there it is. Now, Prime does come with a couple of things. Of course, he does come with his instruction manual, which is pretty helpful. And then he also comes with his ion blaster and a shield, which also transforms into an axe. Now, there are a couple of places here that you can store weapons. There's ports all over the place. Sides, 1, 2 on each side, 2 on the top, 2 more on this side, and then 1 back here. So there's all kinds of places for storing weapons and loading them up. So if you get a couple of the little target masters, you can put them on here as well. The shield can actually be placed back here. And while I typically don't care for weapons and accessories being stored in vehicle mode like that, this actually looks okay to me. That doesn't look that bad, again, because of the whole space motif. Oh, and there's 2 more spots back here. So I suppose you could, I mean, technically you can plug things back there. So, you know, I guess you could do something with those. So anyway, the instructions show you to put the shield on the back and the weapon on the top. Just like that, which I don't care for that. You could also put it on the side. Also don't care for that. You can put it over here. I don't like any of these. Now, another thing you can do, this is probably the least obtrusive one that I've found, is there is a port on the top of the weapon. So you can mount the shield on top of the weapon, which the instructions actually show you this as like a power-up for his weapon later in robot mode. And then you can put the weapon back there. That's probably like the least bad way of storing his weapons that I have found. Least bad, because it's not good. I don't like this. I personally just prefer to leave the weapon off, or the ion blaster off. This one, like I said, I really don't mind that one at all. I can take it or leave it. Either way is fine with me. So there it is. Now, getting into transformation, we're going to start right down here with these tank panels. And we're going to unpeg those from there and just leave them off to the sides right there. I'm probably going to want to back it up and bring the camera up some. There we go. Okay, next, we're going to take the wheels and just fold them straight down like so. Take these headlights and just pop them up like so. Let's see. There's all kinds of little panels here that we're opening up, so it's just kind of remembering all of them, rather. We're going to take the windows and open them up as well. There is a little panel inside of the cab there with a little mold on it that is very kind of Matrix-esque, so that's kind of cool. Unfortunately, it's only there for the truck mode. It's not going to be there on the robot mode. On the side here, we got that little tab there. We're going to pop these panels open as well. Once we do that, that's going to allow us to bring this entire front of the truck forward and then the roof of the truck up. I'm going to bring those up, take the bumper, fold it in, take these side panels, bring these in, and there are little tabs there, so those are going to tab in place. Bring that all the way down and leave that there for the time being. On the side of the truck, the side windows there, we're going to take these and pop these open. And that's going to allow us to bring the arms out, just like so. There and there. Now, we can go ahead and, let's go ahead and get the head out. So we'll bring the head out. So see, now his chest cavity is, in fact, empty. And we can go ahead and close the windows. Now, before you bring the arms out, you're going to want to take the wheels. There are two hinges right here. We're going to bring the wheels all the way up and just get him inside of his torso right there, which is a really, really cool way of doing away with those front wheels. I like that a lot. That really works very well. And once you do that, you can go ahead and bring the arms out. We can finish up the arms by bringing down these panels and rotating these around. And we can straighten out the arms. Rotate that, bring that panel down, and that's pretty much it for the top of the robot. Bring the whole back of the vehicle here. We're going to fold it on that hinge, and then this is going to peg into the front right there. Pop those there. Once you do that, you can take the back flap here, turn it around. There are two tabs here that are going to go into these two slots. There and there. They're hard to see. They're right by the grill. So that's going to tab into place right there. Separate the legs. Open up the feet. The joints are really nice and tight. I like that a lot. Come around here, take these blue panels and fold these down to close those up. Take the wheels of the truck. These are going to pop and rotate inwards, just like that. And again, tight, which I like. And then finally, on these panels, you're going to bring these down. And before you bring them all the way down, this little gray panel is going to come off the side here and rotate all the way around. And that little tab is going to go into that slot right in there to secure those in place and then turn the leg around. Same thing here. Bring this panel down, rotate this one out, peg that one into place there, rotate it around, get them all nice and straightened out. And there is War for Cybertron Trilogy, Siege, Optimus Prime in robot mode. And he looks absolutely glorious. I am in love with this figure. Here in robot mode, Optimus stands approximately 6.5 inches tall. So again, not a bad size for a Voyager. And for comparison, one more time, there's the Classics Prime. He is just as tall as the Classics Prime mold. Again, the Classics Prime, probably a little bulkier. It certainly has more plastic on him. He's got a lot of panels hanging off of him as well. But overall, when you look at these figures side by side, they're not that different in size. So again, I'm not trying to start any wars with anybody here and none of my other fellow YouTubers, but I disagree with the general sentiment that this is a small figure. I find him to be a perfectly fine sized Voyager figure. I like it a lot. So let's set this guy aside and concentrate on Prime again. He is so G1, it hurts. I absolutely, just look at him. This is absolutely glorious. The head sculpt on this guy is a perfect cartoon G1 of Optimus Prime. The whole body, everything, just everything. It's absolutely beautiful. As far as details go, the red and the blues are a little muted, but they're not quite as vibrant. Like, I like this shade of red and blue better than these. But it's really just kind of like by a shade. The grays are what seem a little like they could have done a little better with the grays. Maybe a little more silvery touch to them. Not necessarily chrome. I understand you can't chrome everything, but maybe a little more silvery paint rather than gray would have been nice there. But still, overall, very nice. And then, of course, he does have that battle damage / muddy look all the way around. So I'm hoping maybe in the future we can get a premium painted version of this guy with really nice, vibrant colors and no battle damage. I would like to see that. For articulation, the head can do a little bit of side to side there. He can also look up and down. And he can go all the way around. Shoulders can go all the way around, in and out. These panels with the smokestacks do they do have a hinge on there to allow for the shoulders to go outwards. You do have a rotation at the bicep, bend at the elbow, and rotation at the wrist. Really nice. Rotation at the waist, legs forward, backwards, in and out. And then you also have a thigh rotation. It's limited, but it's there. There's a little bit of it on there. The knees can bend that far. And then you also have a rotation at the knee. No up and down at the ankles, but you do have a rocker, so you can do some A stances. You can do some extreme A stances with him as well, as you can see right there. So really nice figure as far as articulation goes as well. Really, I don't have many complaints. I have two very minor gripes with this figure, and they're so minimum. They're really almost like nitpicking. One, the smokestacks, I could have done with a little bit longer smokestacks. And then these panels on the arms, they're not bad. I mean, they certainly cleaned up the arm a lot from what they've been doing with Primes lately. But that panel, it's not obtrusive. It's just there. It doesn't bother me that much, but it is there, and it's one of those things you could say, yeah, you could have found a way to clean that up a little bit, but even this back panel here, it doesn't bother me that much. So very gorgeous figure. I really do like this a lot. And just to show him off with his iron arm, or iron blaster rather, there it is. Again, it's just so G1. It's awesome. So, and then you've got the little shield here. You can pop in, you can hold the shield in his hand like that if you want. You can also peg it into the side. Peg that back there. So you can peg that into the side of the arm right there. So you can hold the shield like so. And then you've also got that port up here by the smokestack, so you could peg the shield up there as well for that kind of a look. You know, you can do all kinds of things with it. And then again, if you don't want to use it, you can also just store your weapons on the back like so. We'll go ahead and do both just so you can see it on video. So that's a thing you can do as well. So he can store his weapons on his back. So I like it. It's a lot of options here. Now, the last thing that we're going to look at that we can do with his shield, as I mentioned earlier, is that we can transform it into an axe. So let me get Prime straightened out there. And then the shield is just going to handle. It's going to just pop off right there. It's pegged into the body of the shield right there. So this is just going to come all the way forward and just kind of lock into place. We're going to come up here, and there's two tiny little tabs there and there. So we're going to push this one on the right first, and that's going to allow us to bring this little blade out. And then we're going to push this one up, and that's going to allow us to bring the big blade up. And there's his axe. There you go. I don't know about a black axe for Optimus. Maybe I'm just so used to seeing them in gold and orange that this just looks weird to me, but maybe if the Autobot symbol was red, like a glowing effect, I don't know. But it just seems like a weird color choice for him. And he can hold his axe again. And I don't particularly care for the axe holding on this because of this peg. He can only hold it in his arm or in his hand that far down, which just seems like a very awkward stance for an axe, for a battle axe anyway. I think it would look better if he could hold it up here somewhere, but that's what we got. So, yeah, the axe, it's okay, but I'm not a particularly huge fan of it. I just as soon leave it in shield mode, and I actually kind of prefer the way that looks like that. So let's get him into a cool pose. Absolutely love this figure. I've been looking forward to this one since I originally saw pictures of it, and I'm so glad that it's finally hitting shows because it's just an absolute gorgeous figure. Now, guys, I'd like to direct you over to fellow reviewer and Army veteran Jason of the Patriot Prime. He is going to be reviewing the War for Cybertron trilogy Siege Megatron. So as soon as that video is out, I will be leaving a description down in or a link down in the description. And if possible, I'm going to try to put a card right about here for it. So when that's ready, I'll be putting that out. Please go over, check him out. He is so close to making partner. I'd like everybody to go check him out. And if you like what you see over there, subscribe and hit the bell icon, get notified for him. He does awesome videos. Let's help him get partnered this year. He is so close. And I think that about covers the Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy, Siege Optimus Prime. What did you think of this figure, and do you have any suggestions for something you'd like to see me review in the future? Let me know by leaving me a comment down below. Give me some thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you're notified of when I make a new video. Please share with your friends if you like what you see, and I'll talk to you next time on That's Just Prime.